Can you all hear me? I want to make sure that you can all hear me. If you can drop a line in that chat box saying, yes, I can hear you, or hey, how's it going? Nicole, Jenna, Violetta, Kim, Roger, Julie, Lisa. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Perfect. Awesome. So as always, my name is Kelsey. I'm going to be taking through how to edit your website today, and how to customize your website. This is being recorded, so you will get a copy of the recording before the end of the day today, and it will also be posted on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. I will share those links to our YouTube and our Facebook page towards the end of the webinar. But before I begin, I would just like to get a little bit to know a little bit more about you all. How long have you all been in the business? Where are you joining us from? And how long have you been using IQ Office? Hey, Linda. So if you can just drop a little note in that chat box, it does two things for me. I know you know how to use the chat box. It also gives me an idea of what the level of IQ Office use and IQ Web use is from everybody on the line today. Awesome. Perfect. So as we jump in, I'm going to quickly go through these slides, and then we're going to jump into a live edit of your website so that we can really walk through these steps. And we are going to just know that you have a website. It's provided by your company, and you can go in, you can customize it, you can add photos, you can change the layout. It is really customized to what you want it to look like. So to begin, you're going to go to your website, and you're going to go to the very bottom and go to that IQ Web Login button. Once you do that, you know you're in edit mode because you'll see this black bar across the top. And that's how you know you're in edit mode, and you can start to really dig in and change things. There are design templates for you to choose from. You're able to choose from over 25 designs on what you want that layout to look like. And you can edit a page. So you can edit the photos, you can edit the display, you can edit how things are shown. You also can add customized pages. So you're able to go in, you're able to add customized pages to your website. We are going to briefly touch on that today, but you also are going to have more information about that next week at a webinar. Again, make sure that when you're going in, you're adding additional pages, you can edit those pages as well. You can add custom images. Make sure that you are the photographer who has the rights to use those images. And there is a library for you as well to use stock images that we've provided. You can edit the menus. And anytime you see that green save button, you need to hit it. So that is the fastest rundown of all of this that there ever was. However, what I really want to do today is spend some time actually in a live site going through exactly how all those things work. I know my screen is a little bit blurry for you all. We're working on getting that resolved. So bear with me. I'll go slow so you can see it. So once you're on your website, and your website is your iqusername.yourcompanywebsite.com. If you don't know where your website is, you're going to go into your IQ Office. You're going to click on your name in the upper right-hand corner. And then when you go to your profile, about halfway down, there is a section that says website address that you can go to and find your website address. Once you're on your website, you're going to scroll to the very bottom of the page. And when you do that, you're going to click on IQ Web Login. There's two login buttons down here, IQ Office Login and IQ Web Login. IQ Office Login takes you to your IQ Office. Your Web Login is going to log you in to your web page. And remembering your password is always half the battle. So that is always the battle. Let's see. Once you're in the system, you can see that black bar across the top of your page like we saw in the slides. So you do get a black bar at the top of your screen. And how many of you have logged in and changed your website? So we've got everybody from, it looks like just under a year, and we've got up to almost over 30 years. So awesome. So once you're logged in, if you have never logged into your website ever, you are going to start underneath this design tab. And underneath that design tab is where you can go in and you can edit your screen. So as you scroll through, you can see that there are several choices. So when you click on the design, it shows you the layout. It also shows you a bulleted list of the features. Layla brings up a really good point, and that is that she visits the site to better understand the dynamics of it every other day. And technology is always changing. The more you're engaged with technology, the easier it is to understand it. Also, a point that I always like to bring up during these webinars is the only people who are not frustrated with technology are the people who are not using it. So know that everybody in your life gets frustrated with technology. The only people that aren't frustrated are the ones who aren't using it, and it is always changing. So as you scroll through these designs at the bottom, there are a lot of choices. Some have the option for videos on homepage headers. Some have less information so that you can really categorize what you have. If you see this information, don't get discouraged by the photos that are in that layout. All those photos are changeable. So if we're going to go with design 21, we are also able to change the buttons and the theme of the website. So you can go in and you can have a burgundy or a blue or an orange or a pink theme of your website. Once you've chosen your theme and your design, you're going to click Use this design. And I can see now that the layout has changed. I've got an issue with the logo that's on here, so let me just try a different one real quick. We just got our new demo site up, and so that always adds a layer of complexity. So let me log in here. So when I go in and I choose that design, and the color scheme, it's automatically going to update. So I can see here all the information. And once I click this white button in the upper right-hand corner, I then can start to see what is available to edit on my website. We're going to start by editing your header. And when you edit your header, you are able to go in, see all the information for each slide. You also can edit the text. So this says the friendliest search in real estate, and maybe you want to change it to time to find your new home. You can change the button. You also can change where that button goes. So I'm going to select an IQ link. I'm going to go to IQ pages, and I'm going to choose listings for sale. Now when I click through, you can change all this imagery as well. So if you don't like the first photo, you would click the blue change button in the lower right-hand corner. Again, you have your photos that you've uploaded to your IQ office here, or you can go into your realistic images tab, and there are stock photos for you to use. There's an areas, you can choose from different areas by using the drop down. You also can choose from different landscapes or holidays. Underneath the holiday tab is also where you find your seasonal. And you can choose a header image that you like. Then you can go through and do the same thing for all the images on all the slides. Once you've made all your changes, you're going to click the green OK button. And that is going to automatically update that with all of your information. Let's see if I can get that to click. This webinar may just be the live example of the frustrations in real estate and in technology. So then as I scroll down, you can also change these headers. So right here, I've got a what is my home worth tile, a expert real estate tile, and an about me tile. If I want to change any of these, I would just click on that edit button. These change very similar to your header. Call out 1, what's my home worth? It's linking through to my house value site. Call out 2, expert real advice. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm going to say this is contact me now. Call out 3, about me, want to buy or sell your home. If you want, you can change this to be your agent photo. It will automatically crop that image to the size that call out needs to be. As you're editing, if and when that green save button shows up in the upper right-hand corner, please make sure you click save. If you don't click save, you will not save all your results, and surely your phone will ring and you'll have to look something up for a client and you'll lose all your changes. And there is nothing more frustrating than making a bunch of changes and then not having them saved to your site. So again, to start, we went to design. We chose the design that we liked. We chose to use that design and it was automatically applied. We went in and we edited the page, and everything that was editable showed up with a pencil so that we could easily show it. Now, something to keep in mind is you do need to proof your page. Don't choose a design, click apply, and then miss that there are other things going on. So for example, browse our communities. This one says Spokane, but then it says there are 397 listings in the city of Hayden. To edit that, I would click the edit pencil. I would change the area to Spokane and change that title. And then push OK. And now I can see Spokane listings. There are 20,000 or 2,000 listings in the city of Spokane. There's that green save button and you click save. So do make sure that you are proofing the information that you want to have on your site. Any questions on how to log in, choose the design, or change photos on your website so far? There is no such thing as a silly question. If you have the question, someone else likely has the question as well. Nicole, we're going to get to that. So I'm not ignoring your question. We're going to come back to how to update your About Me info. The next thing I want to talk to y'all about just really quickly is how to edit this main menu. So if you would like to edit this menu here, you can edit it by clicking this pencil above the menu, or you can go into the menus tab at the top. When you do that, you can see here that there is the site menu, and you can edit that. From here, you can go in and you can edit individual menu items by clicking the pencil next to the menu item. Then you can add additional things. So if you want to add maybe a vacant land as a, or you want to add perhaps a My Portal. You can add items to those menus. Again, once you're done, you click Save. And now underneath that For Sale, I have those two options that I just added. To get there again, I went to Menus, Edit My Site menu, and then I chose the menu I wanted to add. If you would like to add a link at the top of your menu as a menu item, you can easily go into whatever you would like to add and then go in and say, I would like to add the hot new listings. And you would say you want it to be a top menu item. And that is how you would add a menu item to the top of the page. So this About Me information on this page, this is driven by what is in your IQ office. So to edit this page, you're going to log into your IQ office and edit it underneath My Profile. The reason you cannot edit it on this page is this About You information shows on your company website as well as on your personal website. And so in order for it to syndicate correctly to both places, you have to do that in your IQ office. You click on your name in the upper right-hand corner, and then in your profile, and you can edit that information here. Now, how many of you have updated your bio in the last 12 months? Good, some of you have. So we live in the land now of social media and consistent updating. There is something new about you every year. It does not need to be a drastic thing that's new. It could be that you got a new sales award, or perhaps you found a new hobby, or you're excited about a trip that you're going to take. But at least once a year, you need to update your profile. People are checking. So questions so far about how to edit your About Me page or choose your design or edit anything on your main page. Because next we're going to jump into a little bit of custom page design. and a few things underneath advanced, but this is a relatively short webinar today. I want to give you time this afternoon in the hour you have blocked off to go in and work on your website. So any questions? If you have questions, if there are no questions, type N in that chat box. Awesome. So there was one question about video. How can we add a video, and which is the best resource to record your personal video message? Violetta, I am not in your market, so I don't know what videographers are out there. I would ask people in your office who they use. Underneath your edit the profile page, you can just type, you can paste your video URL here, and it will show on your profile page. Does that answer your question? I would ask your office manager who people are using for videographers. Videographers. Perfect. So pages, you can add custom pages to your website. When you click on the pages button on the top of your screen, it's going to pull up a screen that looks like this, and you're going to add a new page. When you add a new page, there are two types of templates you can choose from. The first template type is called a static template. That means that once you put the information in that page, it does not change until you manually go in and update it. So if I go in and I create a solds page with template 12, that does not automatically update until I go in and change that information. You also have dynamic pages. So you have a dynamic page for listings, areas, kiosk, classes, showcase. And if it is a dynamic page, it is automatically updating based on the information that is feeding from the MLS or from your IQ office. So if you're an office admin, because I do recognize, how many office administrators or owners do we have on the call today? A couple. Yeah. So Annette and Sarah and Nicole, if you want to do an agent template that is perhaps like your luxury specialists, or if you have agents licensed in a different state, or if you have people that have certain designations, you can do that through this agents template. Because most of you on the call today are agents, these three listings, areas 1 and areas 2, these are listing dynamic pages that are pulling from your MLS. So we're going to select one, we're going to click next, and then we're going to name the page. And we'll name this page perhaps relocation investment properties. And we're going to then give the page a name, and we're going to give the page a title. You can do both. So I can say investment If you'd like to add a description, which is a good idea, you can add a description. It should be rich in keywords. Again, we're going to do a complete landing page webinar next week, so I'm not going to go super in depth with all of these. Do you want to add meta tags? Yes or no? Do you want to have it attached to a menu? Yes or no? And is registration required? Yes or no? Then we're going to click OK, and the page is going to generate. I can see here investment properties. I can see at the top investment properties. Again, I click that edit page in the upper right-hand corner, and now I can edit the header, choosing from my images or from realistic images. I can click that green save button. I can add a map Do you want to show the map? Yes or no? Where do I want that map to be centered on? Maybe I would like it to be centered here on that address. Click OK. Then you're going to write your text. It automatically is defaulted to Latin so that you will change it. Roger, rich and key, K-E-Y words. A keyword is how search engines identify what your page is about. You can change the image here. You can add additional menus. But what I really want to talk about is this listing statistics. So I'm going to click on this edit button over all of this blank content. And I am going to add areas. So I can add an area of Spokane. And these are all going to pull from your MLS. And I can then change this. So I can say, okay, I only want residential and multifamily. I want these to be a min of 100,000 and a price max of 325,000. I can have it be certain days new to the market, certain days reduced. Do they have a virtual or a video tour? Are they a global luxury? Are they featured? Once I've set all of my criteria, I click OK. I click Save. And now it's going to be pulling live from MLS all of the properties that fit those criteria. So once you've got all those in and you've clicked Save, you have this page created. If you then want to go back and attach it to a menu, we're going to go back and click on Menus. Again, edit that main menu, and I can add it to my for sale menu going to Custom Pages. I can scroll down here. I can find my investment page, investment properties. And I can add it to the menu. I would not recommend adding this to the menu until you're done editing this, because if you have people live searching on your site and you haven't edited the text that is written in Latin, people can land here without you knowing. So if you have added it to a menu and you want to change that, you would just go back into your menus and you can delete it off of there. On creating custom pages or how to edit any of that information. There was a question about where can I find this recorded call. You will get an email with a copy of this webinar. Once the video renders, it will also be on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. Any questions? Go ahead and type an N or a no in that text box so I know you feel good about all this. Awesome, thank you. The last thing I want to talk about, Lisa, I'm going to come back to your question. The last thing I want to talk to you about is this advanced button. And underneath that advanced button, there's two things that you need to know about. One is the Facebook pixel, and one is the Google Analytics. And so if you are using Google Analytics and you need to link your tracking ID to your page, you would go to Advanced and click on Google Analytics. If you don't know where to find this number, click on the button that says click here and it will walk you through where to do that. The same for your Facebook pixel. So if you don't know where your Facebook pixel is, you would click here and it will show you where your Facebook pixel is. Linda, if you have a question, go ahead, drop it in that box. And Lisa asked the question, why would you use these pages? So that's a really good question. When your page, your website is created, you are linked through to your company's created content. However, awesome. Thanks, Linda. However, you may have content that's specific to you. So you may want to create a landing page for investment properties. You may want to create a page that is client testimonials. You may want to create a page that is about a certain community. You may want to create a page that is a list of vendors that you want to use. So any content that you want to create to link to your website that is your own content, you can have created. Julie, does updating your website move you up in Google Analytics? That is a more complicated question than just a yes or no. Your website is always updating from MLS, so going in and changing your design is not going to change your Google Analytics ranking necessarily because you're not changing the content. Going in and adding additional pages, adding blog information, those are the things that can really up your Google Analytics ranking and your search. And I think that you mean your search engine results, not your Google Analytics. Google Analytics is what Google uses to track how people are finding your site. Yeah. So a couple resources for all of you on the call today as we're wrapping up. I do want to make sure if you have any questions you ask. There is no such thing as a silly question. Lisa, did that answer your question about why would you use the pages? So we do have a Facebook page. That Facebook page is Realistic Users. I put the link to that in the chat box. If you click on that link, you'll stay in the webinar. It will open the link in another tab. We also have a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is a great reference for searching for different videos. So you can actually go in, you can click on that search button, you can search for website edit, and it will bring up all the videos about editing your website. And the last resource for you all is our ongoing webinars. So we have ongoing webinars that you can always register for. We are doing custom lead landing pages on Monday where I'm going to dive much further into things that you should be putting on if you're creating a page and how to make it a lead landing page on your website. But you can see all of our upcoming webinars here. We're scheduled out through the middle of October as of right now, and those are great resources for you all. Any questions for me on how to edit your website? Oh, Philip, it looks like you have a question in a chat box. Awesome. Philip, talk to your office administrator, your manager, and they'll help you. I would call them right after you get off the call with us. Awesome. Hey, I hope you all have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you all soon. I look forward to seeing you in the webinars next week, and I hope you go out and you make it a great, successful day in your business. You're very welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll talk to y'all soon.